What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your home for everything from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And in today's episode, we got a new little background going on here. We changed things up a little. So we got a new background, which is very fun, very exciting. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about a new era, Matt Barzal's eye, Daniil Prokhorov. Sorry if I'm butchering that name. I'm not good with the Russian names. I know. And then we got our Adam Pelech outlook for the season. So to start off today, we're going to be talking about a new era. And, the Islanders tweeted out yesterday that they are having a plane banner fly high above Jones Beach from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. until Monday. That is the Islanders plane essentially flying a banner that says a new era, which is kind of weird that the Islanders are acknowledging that we're entering a new era, because a lot of the time you don't see these NHL teams kind of come out and say that, hey, this is a new era. I know we fans know that this is a new time in Islanders history. The Lou Lamoriello era is done. It is now the Matthew Darche era of the Islanders, and it's just kind of funny seeing a professional hockey team flying a banner above Jones Beach saying, a new era. And I think it is probably a marketing stunt to try and get the fans pumped up, the fans excited for the season. But hey, I'm all with it, man. I'm all with it. This is a new era of Islanders hockey. It's an era that we're not used to. We're used to, the Lou Lamoriello. Who knows? Maybe we'll get facial hair back on the island this season, which would be crazy when you think about it, saying, facial hair. I mean, the New York Yankees just allowed facial hair on their team this year. I seem like it'd be kind of ridiculous if the Islanders don't allow facial hair. But yeah, it is a brand new era for Islanders hockey, and it starts now. We had the first overall pick, Schaefer coming in, Darche taking over the team as the general manager. So yeah, we enter that new era, and it's going to be a very exciting time to be an Islanders fan. So keep tuned, and hey, if you're on Jones Beach, be sure to look out for that plane, and yeah, take any pictures, post them online, and yeah, it should be cool. It should be cool. So from transitioning to that, we are going to be talking about Matt Barzal, who donned a brand new black eye at the U.S. Open. I don't know what happened there. We want Barzal to be healthy. And he's showing up to the U.S. Open with a black eye? What is going on there? How did Barzal get this black eye? I don't know. Did he get in a fist fight with someone? Who knows what happened to Matt Barzal's eye, but it was not looking the best. It was looking messed up, and he donned that black eye at the U.S. Open. Hey, nobody said anything about it. I mean, I know fans commenting saying, Barzal, what happened to your eye? And here I am talking about it. But, yeah, who knows what happened to that eye? Did he get punched out at the U.S. Open and then take that picture? Or did he get punched out some other time? I don't know, because I think he was at the U.S. Open for multiple days. So it's definitely an interesting thing to see Barzal, having that black eye. I don't exactly know how he got that black eye. Hopefully it's not a bad omen for the season, because that would certainly be something. So we got to hope it's not a bad omen for the Islanders this year. I don't think it will be. Barzal will be healthy. But it's just kind of interesting to see that Barzal has a black eye. And yeah, it was just kind of something that came out of nowhere. He just took that picture. Next thing you know, he has a black eye. Of course, people are going to talk about it. And yeah, so hopefully Barzal's okay. Hopefully it's not a bad omen. And we got to think positive. As I've always said, we have to stay optimistic. And that's what I'm going to do. I hope nobody punched him out. Maybe he dropped something on. I don't know. But it seems like he got punched out. But that's just something ridiculous, man. So Barzal donned a black eye at the U.S. Open. Hopefully it's nothing, no bad omens or anything like that. All right, so into our next topic, we're going to be talking about Daniil Prokhorov. He was the second-round pick by the New York Islanders in the 2025 NHL Draft, and he's a big guy. He's 6'6" tall, Prokhorov, and he that's what the Islanders wanted. He's a guy who can get into the greasy, dirty areas for a team, and he can make the hits, plays happen, cover the goalie's eyes, so being tall. And he just signed a 2-year, two-way deal with the KHL's Dynamo Moscow, where he will be playing. He was on a professional tryout there. I guess he impressed enough where he got a 2-year, two-way deal with them, so they can send him back from the KHL to the NHL and back and forth. But yep, He had that professional tryout. He showed enough. I can't watch the KHL in America, so I got to rely on insider information and just looking up the stats afterwards. And it seemed like he did a good job there. The Islanders were, definitely infatuated with him. That's why they took him in the second round. And I think he's going to be a big help for the Islanders in the future, but it's going to take some time. He'll be in Russia for at least another 2 years. And then, of course, he could sign a contract for the future and stay there even longer. He's only 18, so when this contract ends, he'll be only 20 years old. And usually those Russians stay in Russia a little longer. They don't usually come to America until they're going to the NHL. So Prokhorov will probably be in Russia for some time. But yeah, be sure to keep track on his stats there for Dynamo Moscow. And yeah, so Prokhorov got that deal, and he's going to look to impress in his first season in the KHL. And finally, we are going to transition to our Adam Pelech outlook for the season. And we bounced around, we've done Sipkov, Lee, Pulak, and Duclair. And this guy's a little more of an interesting one to talk about because Pelech last year in 60 games had 0 goals and 21 assists for 21 points. But he was strong defensively. We saw him kind of lose that defensive ability that he had 2 years ago. He was able to kind of regain it this season. And I think a lot of it might have been Ryan Polak's fault. I think Pelech had to cover for Polak a lot, so kind of skewed his stats a little more. But I do think Pelech is going to be somebody who we will be able to rely on again in the defensive zone. He is that strong defensive defenseman, and you need those players on your team. And I do think that Pelech is going to get back to that level where he was about 4 seasons ago, where he'll be back to playing his usual defensive stuff. Now, I don't think he'll be as good. He is going to be 31 years old this year, but I do think he will still be able to, or he is 31 years old, he will be able to play that kind of role that he always has been. Now, I do expect that we will get an Adam Pelech goal this season. I don't think he'll score 0 goals again. I think he'll score probably 2 this season and probably like 13 assists for 15 points. And or 1 goal or 2 goals for 15 points, man. I'm brain farting here. But yeah, Pelech will be, what he is. We know what Adam Pelech is. He's not going to be a scorer on the team or anything like that. He plays a hard, heavy defensive game, and that's what we're going to expect with him. He'll block the shots. He'll get a ton of blocks again this year. But my only worry is with Ryan Polak. Is Polak going to bring his game down? I don't know. I think he'll be okay, and we'll just have to keep track and make sure. But yeah, we'll get our average, Pelech 15 point to 17 point season that he has done. But I think he will go back to that defensive structure. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, I hope you enjoyed listening. And as always, let's go Islanders.